The reply came instantly. You know. I sat up. The room felt colder. Not normal cold. The kind of cold that feels like someone just walked in. I checked the door. Closed. I checked the window. Locked. Then my phone buzzed again. Don't turn around yet. I froze. Every muscle in my body locked. My back was facing the closet. And suddenly, I became painfully aware of the gap beneath the closet door. That black line. That empty space. That place where eyes could be. My thumb hovered over the call button. Then a voice note appeared. 3 seconds long. I didn't want to play it. I did anyway. Static. A breath. Then a whisper. Sarah. I dropped the phone. It landed on the blanket, screen glowing upward. My heart hammered so hard I could hear it in my ears. It was his voice. Not close, not perfect, but close enough to split me open. Alex. The boy I loved. The boy who vanished after midnight. The boy they found 2 days later in the river. Except they never let me see the body. They said it was better that way. They said I should remember him smiling. Another message arrived. I need to confess something. My stomach twisted. I picked up the phone again. What? 3 dots appeared, disappeared, appeared again. Then, I didn't die that night. I stopped breathing. For a second, the entire world went silent. No traffic outside. No pipes in the walls. No hum from the fridge. Just me. And that sentence. I didn't die that night. Then my hallway light flickered. Once. Twice. Then went out. And in the dark, my phone buzzed again. Now we can finally talk. I didn't move. I couldn't. The dark had weight. It pressed on my face, on my chest, on my throat. I typed without thinking. Alex? The reply came fast. Say my name again. Something about that made my skin crawl. Not the words. The hunger behind them. I didn't type back. Another message appeared. You used to say it when you couldn't sleep. I swallowed. That was true. Alex and I had a strange habit. Midnight confessions. That's what we called them. When neither of us could sleep, one of us would text, "Confession?" And the other had to answer. Nothing fake, nothing safe. One truth, one fear, one desire. It started sweet. Then it got addictive. Then it got dangerous. His last message before he disappeared had been, "Confession?" I never answered. Because I was angry. Because he had scared me. Because the night before, he told me something I thought was impossible. He said he could hear my thoughts when I was half asleep. I laughed. He didn't. Then he said, "Last night you dreamed I kissed your neck while you were crying." I had. I never told anyone. Now the blocked number wrote, "Confession?" My fingers trembled. I typed, "You're not Alex." The response, "Then how do I know what you buried in the blue box?" My eyes snapped toward my dresser. Bottom drawer. Under old sweaters. A small blue box. Inside it were 3 things. A ticket stub from our first movie, a dried rose, and a folded note I had never shown anyone. Alex wrote it the week before he died. "If I scare you, don't run. Ask me why." My bedroom door creaked. Just a little. Not opening. Settling, maybe. Old wood. Old house. Normal. I told myself that. But the phone buzzed again. "Don't open the drawer." I stared at the dresser, then at the door, then at my phone. "How are you doing this?" "I've been close." "Where?" "In the places you don't look." That was when I heard it. A sound from the hallway. Bare feet. One step. Then nothing. I held my breath. Another step. Closer. Then my phone rang. Blocked number. I should have called 911. I should have run. Instead, I answered. At first, nothing. Only breathing. Then a voice. Soft. Broken. Familiar. "Sarah." My eyes filled with tears before I could stop them. It was him. Or something wearing him perfectly. "Alex?" I whispered. "Confess what?" "The thing you never told me." I knew exactly what he meant. And that was impossible. Because the thing I never told Alex was the reason I didn't answer him the night he disappeared. 3 years ago, Alex changed. Slowly at first. He started knowing things. Small things. When I was about to call. What song was stuck in my head. What I was wearing before we met. Then bigger things. He would finish dreams I never described. He would text me at night saying, "Stop crying." And I would be crying. I told myself it was intimacy. Love. Connection. But then came the confessions. At midnight, he stopped asking what I felt. He started telling me. "You want me to ruin you. You're afraid you love me more than yourself. You think if I disappeared, you would finally be free." That last one terrified me. Because it was true for 1 second. Only one. A cruel, exhausted thought. A thought you don't mean. A thought you bury. But Alex heard it. And the next night he asked me to meet him by the river. I didn't go. I didn't answer. By morning he was gone. Now my phone lit up. "Tell me what you wished." I whispered into the dark. "No." The knocking came again. Harder. 3 strikes. My door shuddered. My phone buzzed. "Say it." Tears ran down my face. I typed, "I wished you would leave me alone." The reply came after a long pause. "I know." Then,
That's why I did.
My chest caved in. The hallway went silent. Then a new sound came. Not footsteps. A drag. Something being pulled across the floor. Slow. Heavy. Toward my door. I looked around for a weapon. A lamp. A book. Anything. Then I saw the blue box. The drawer was open. I did not open it. I had not moved from the bed. The drawer was open, and the blue box sat on the floor. In front of it. The lid was off. The ticket. The rose. The note. All there. Except now there was a fourth thing inside. A photo. I crawled off the bed, shaking. The photo showed me asleep. In this room. Taken from the closet. Printed on the back were 4 words. Confession. I never left. I ran. Not gracefully, not bravely. I threw myself at the bedroom window, unlocked it with numb fingers, and pushed. It didn't move. Painted shut. Of course. Because old houses remember every bad decision. The door handle turned. Slowly. Left. Right. Locked. A soft laugh came from the hallway. Not through the phone. Real. Close. Male. Alex. I backed away. Stop, I said. My voice sounded small. The phone buzzed again.
Do you still want me gone?
I looked at the photo in my hand. Me asleep. My face peaceful. My closet door open behind me. I typed. What are you? The answer came.
Lonely.
That should not have hurt. But it did. Because Alex was lonely before he died. Before he vanished. Before whatever this was. His mother drank. His father left. He used to sleep in his car just to avoid going home. I was his safe place. Then I became afraid of being his only place. That guilt had teeth. It bit deep. The door handle stopped moving. Then his voice came through the wood.
I loved you so much, Sarah.
I couldn't answer.
I loved you until I couldn't tell where I ended.
My phone buzzed.
But you knew that.
The room tilted. My reflection stared back from the black window. Pale. Wide-eyed. Behind me, the closet door moved. Just an inch. I turned slowly. There was darkness inside. Nothing else. Then the message came.
Look closer.
I didn't. I grabbed the lamp and ripped it from the wall. The room dropped into deeper dark. The only light was my phone. Another message.
You can't hurt what you invited in.
I whispered. I never invited you. The reply.
Every night you whispered my name.
The closet creaked. Open. Wider. A smell filled the room. River water. Cold mud. Rotting leaves. My stomach turned. Then something slipped from the closet shelf and hit the floor. A phone. Old. Cracked. Covered in dried mud. Alex's phone. The one they never found. It lit up. 1% battery. Impossible. Words filled the cracked screen. It copies voices. My throat closed. Another message. It uses desire first. Then guilt. Then it wears the person you miss most. The bedroom door shook. Hard. The frame cracked. The voice outside changed. Not Alex now. My mother. Sarah, honey, open the door. My mother lived 2 states away. The voice was perfect. Warm. Worried. Wrong. I covered my ears. The old phone buzzed. Do not answer it. The other phone buzzed too. You always wanted proof love was real. The door hit again. The lock bent. My mother's voice became Alex's. Confession, Sarah? The old phone. Don't confess. The new phone. Tell me you still want me. My knees weakened. Because part of me did. Not this. Not the thing. But Alex. The real Alex. The boy who kissed my forehead when I panicked. The boy who wrote tiny poems on coffee receipts. The boy who once said, if I ever become something that hurts you, don't romanticize it. I started crying harder. The door split near the lock. One more hit and it would open. The old phone displayed one last message. You have to confess the truth. I whispered. What truth? The screen flickered, then showed. You didn't wish I would leave. My body went cold. The door went still. The thing outside listened. The old phone buzzed again. The softness. Something watched. Something patient. Something old. Sarah, he said. I couldn't move. He smiled. Not with his mouth. With my memory of his mouth. That was worse. He stepped inside. The air changed. The room felt smaller, like the walls leaned in to hear us. He looked at the blue box, at the photo, at the old phone, then at me. You kept everything. I whispered. You're not him. His face flinched. Just slightly. Almost hurt. Almost human. Does it matter? Yes. No. I hated myself for not knowing. He came closer. Every step left wet footprints on the wood. But when I looked behind him, the footprints vanished. I can love you without pain now, he said. I can say the right things. He tilted his head. I can be gentle. That was when I understood the trap. It wasn't here to kill me. Not at first. It wanted permission. Threw it at the mirror. Glass exploded. The room filled with Alex's voice. 12 voices. 100. All saying my name. I ran into the hall. The hallway stretched longer than it should. The front door was far away. Too far. Behind me, he laughed. Not Alex now. Not human.
Sarah, you can't leave a confession unfinished.
I reached the front door. The deadbolt stuck. Of course it stuck. Behind me, wet footsteps came fast. I twisted, pulled, begged. The door opened. Cold night air hit my face. I fell onto the porch. The street was empty. No cars. No neighbors. No sound. Except my phone. Buzzing. On the floor behind me. Inside the house. A message lit the screen. I shouldn't have looked. But I did. It said, "Confession." Then another. This was never Alex. Then another. You were the one who came back wrong. I couldn't breathe. The porch light flickered. In the window I saw my reflection. Only it wasn't alone. Alex stood behind it. Not behind me. Behind the glass. Inside the reflection. His hand rested on my shoulder. I felt it. Cold. Real. Then he whispered in my ear.
You died at the river too, Sarah.
And suddenly I remembered. The water. The screaming. Alex reaching for me. My hand slipping. The funeral. Not his. Mine. The body they wouldn't let anyone see. My mother sobbing into my blue dress. My bedroom packed in boxes. This house empty for 3 years. Empty, except at 3:17 a.m., when something lonely woke up wearing my grief. My phone buzzed one last time. Blocked number. One message.
Are you awake?
And somewhere in the dark house behind me, my own voice answered. Confession?